let me tell you something. All right? When Nashville SC steps into the bank, brother, all right? They're going to show that Charlotte team who's the boss.
You're going to love this.
I want to hear it. I'm objective. You're critical.
Anico at the disco.
He's positive. Join the Mixtape 615.
Today, tomorrow, yesterday.
It is the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville.
Forever. Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is the Mixtape 615 podcast, baby. And guess what? You in the place to be right now. Lock in. Yo, if you're a Nashville Soccer Club fan and you're just trying to see what's going on with them boys in gold, then come on, sit down. We're going to talk to you a little bit about it. I'm your boy, Tunji, a.k.a. Young Turtle, the Soccer Face, SF Doom, the Big Kahuna, munching on a little tuna sandwich, the DR Kid, affectionately known as Steam Poppy, Yamame por favor. Yo, it could be any given Wednesday. You know where you can find me at. Southside, Kitchen and Pub, listen to Kendrick, Demolish Drake, sipping on half-off whiskeys, I just got a paycheck and I'm waving in the air like I just don't care. AKA Mississippi Mai Tais on this beach in the Belize, feeling cool like a summer breeze. The dude walking down Broadway with the cleanest pair of Nikes that you ever did see. The golden boy with the golden voice, also known as Chicago Mike, the Glizzy Gladiator. And once again, this is a Mixtape 615 podcast. Austin, can you tell them who you are?
What's up, guys? I am Austin, a.k.a. Wild Mane, a.k.a. Ginger Snap, a.k.a. The Fumbling Dublin, a.k.a. Chicky Parm Parm, a.k.a. Red Beard. What's up, y'all? Logan, tell them who you are.
All right, guys. Y'all know who it is. It's Logan, a.k.a. Beer Main, a.k.a. Mr. C, a.k.a. Coach Carson, a.k.a. FS.
You completely messed it up. No, you can't do it no more. You can't do it no more when you mess it up.
If you can't do it cleanly, you can't do it at all.
That's not true.
You can't do it. Those are the rules.
So, and this is the Mixtape 615 podcast brought to you by the Mixtape 615 supporter group, the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville. And if you want to jump in with us, you know what you got to do. Just go to mixtape615.com. That is mixtape615.com and jump in and run this pitch with us because we ran it this last weekend. It's amazing. Ooh. There is a lot of soccer knowledge or soccer news that came out this last weekend. I'm telling you, from record-breaking days from Messi to Liverpool signing a U.S. men's or U.S. U17 player. Hooray. There's a lot of soccer news, but we do want to bring it all the way back to Nashville because that win was so sweet. Austin, hit us up with a match rewind.
Yes. So Nashville SC Nashville decided to do this Star Wars night, and I think we need to do some more theme nights because coming away with a 4-1 win against CF Montreal, it was beauty with Sam Surridge getting his first MLS hat trick. Guys,
absolutely.
Nashville, this is what we were wanting. And I got a question for a couple of you guys. First off, I just want to get initial reaction. Tunji, your thoughts after this match? 4-1 win on Star Wars night.
Oh man, dude. It felt good. It kind of like gave me the like feeling of like, all right, well, I guess they're not totally bad. You know, I
feel that.
But you know, I mean, big takeaways for me. Drew Yearwood definitely had his best game to date. Doing some of the things that we brought him on the team to do. The defense definitely looked more organized. I mean, what a difference a Walker makes, dude.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He came in ready to work, bro. Up the energy, focused he was so focused. The back line felt more focused, and then in turn the midfield seemed more in tune. So that was
leadership,
and then after his header, the backwards header, the fun header, that
Star Wars
lightsaber silly. I was like,
man.
Work of art, bro. Pure work.
Guys, if y'all haven't seen it, just go to Nashville SC's Instagram page. They actually put the lightsaber graphic in his hands while he was doing it. That was dope, guys.
It was sick. Yeah, it was a good one.
Yep. All right, Logan, initial reaction.
I mean, you saw me. We were there. I feel like the fourth was with us on the night. clearly. Man, it was. And of course, the fourth being our goals on that time as well. Sam Surge coming
Oh, that's
away
a
with
good. Oh, I see. I see what you
how
did.
he
Hey.
let's
brought
be
it full
real.
circle.
Uh-huh.
Let's be real. There was a little bit of revenge of the fifth goal, though. Walker with the deflection. But hey, I'll take away not just a win, but a win within the win. We scored 5 goals, guys. I mean, Walker with a brace, Sam Surge with
Could
a
have been
hat trick,
6.
all with his feet. By the way, huge takeaway with that. Sam Surge did not make a header. He tried to. He hit it off the crossbar. That was a solid shot. But this is the first game I've seen us fire on all cylinders. It looks like the frustration was just enough that it was like, we are going hard this week. We're going to go serious, and we're going to stay on the attack. And that's the biggest takeaway of all, is you see them going hard on the attack the whole time.
Yeah, and on that, I mean, you saw Nashville, I felt like, played their game. They went back to playing the style, so they were more of that counterattack style. If you look at their passes, I think Montreal had twice as many passes that we had in that game. So we took advantage of the possession that we had. We played that tight defense that we needed to play. We didn't give them anything in our first third, their final third. We moved the ball through the middle that we've been talking about. But dude, Hani came alive in that game. He didn't get any of the goals, but the way that he was moving the ball and orchestrating so much of that offense, he made so much happen for Nashville. So I was very happy to see that. This is what we were talking about. I know on Twitter Spaces or X Spaces, not this past game, but a week ago, I remember I said it to you, Tunji. On paper, I feel like Nashville is a team that can make a run in the playoffs. On paper, we weren't seeing it at that point. If this team continues to get healthy and they actually play their game and can play this, then I think that Nashville is a team that can get back to playoff standings. Now, time will tell, because this is one game. This is only the second win out of what? We're 10 games in now. So 10 games in there, we've only got 2 wins. So that's, a 20% win rate. That's not a great win rate that you want going into a second half push, as far as the second half of the season that is coming up here in a few games. So we want to see some more. I mean, but
you saw what you needed to see, though. You saw life. You saw life in a team that felt like it almost had given up on itself. I mean, with I didn't think there was a huge drop off in quality in the second half, right? But when you score at the start of the half, that was the game changer for me. That's what we haven't seen.
Sam coming back with that,
Yeah. So when their confidence didn't get shaken, I felt like honestly, I felt like they looked like starving coyotes out there, and they finally.
And we saw something that Nashville hadn't done, that Gary talked about in his press conference after the previous match, where it was not just getting a lead, but extending the lead. And I think when we extended the lead, that made all the difference, because we talked about being able to hold on to a lead, and that was kind of what Nashville was able to do last year. Was when they got a lead, they were actually able to hold on to it, even if it was just a 1-goal lead. This year, we haven't seen that, but them extending the lead gave them way more confidence. You talked about Walker being back in the back line. Logan, your thoughts on Walker coming back? What did you see from that? And what did you see from our back line and even helping out Joe Willis with Walker being back there?
I mean, you see confidence come back to a lot of guys. Like, you see a leadership that's there, a knowledge within the players that, okay, this guy's got us. And so without having to worry and stress about what's behind them, or worry and stress about what's in front of them, they can just play their game. And so having a player like that, who's a veteran player who can be a leader from the back, you have the guys finally building up their confidence. I also think, because now that we're 10 games in, that being the 10th game, we've got guys who are watching on closely. Like, you've got guys that are watching themselves closely and understanding the players next to them so that they can play a little bit better. So they can play a little more cohesively. You've got
guys like who, like Jack Maher?
Well, talking about Jack Maher coming in, playing next to Walker, being able to understand that and play more cohesively with a guy who he's been practicing with and playing with all last year, finally having that understanding versus him playing with, let's say, Brent Coleman or Lucas, who he doesn't have as much rapport with. Having Walker back there, that helps a lot. You also see guys like Drew Yearwood finally understanding kind of his role within that midfield alongside guys like Wheel, alongside guys like Hani Mukhtar, and being able to actually, play that out for him.
Yeah, and that's exactly, you saw guys like you were saying, Jack Mayer actually playing confidently. You saw him actually having chemistry with that back line, which I was excited about. Tunji, you talked about us moving through the middle a little bit, being able to actually or Drew Yearwood rather, kind of playing his game. Who do you think had the most impact? I know the easy answer is Super Sam. He had the 3 goals, but outside of the goal scorer, who do you think had the biggest impact on the game?
That's a tough question, man. That's a really tough question. I want to say Hani, because even though he couldn't buy a goal, like he was leading this pack. Like I'm gonna go back to it. He was leading this pack of like starving coyotes. Like he was out there just trying to he was getting in position, he was making runs. Like between him, Sam, and Walker, the type of runs they made. I mean, Sam made a 55-yard run to get a second goal tonight, and that's because he saw Hani down there pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, I want to give it to Hani. I want to give it to Hani, and you know what? I can. I'm going to give it to Hani.
It's your choice. It's your choice.
Yeah, it's my choice, and I'm going with Hani. I think he was. I think again I saw how aggressive he came out. I mean, we talked about him not taking enough shots. He was taking shots today. He was making those incisive passes. This is what he needs to be as a de facto leader, of the team outside of Walker Zimmerman. This is what he needs to be to get everybody else in that mindset. Also, doesn't hurt that Walker was so aggressive out there. Doesn't hurt. Like he said, between those two, the tempo was set.
Yes, exactly. Now Nashville coming away with a 4-1 win. Is Nashville back, or is this just fool's gold? We're going to talk about that right after the break. Hey, Mixtape 615, are you ready for the 2024 season? We want you to join us. Join our supporters group. It is the dopest supporters group in all of Nashville. So sign up right now at mixtape615.com and rock your 2024 membership scarf so you can show off and say, we run this pitch. Imagine standing on the field, feeling the energy of the game close up, all of the energy of the stadium. That's a reality for our members. You can get on-field opportunities, plus get access to our tailgates where you'll bond with fellow fans over great food, soccer passion, and don't miss out on our epic away game watch parties. So sign up now, mixtape615.com, and join for the 2024 season.
And we're back. And we got to talk about how we're feeling. Everybody, I remember after the Twitter spaces after the game, the general, and just Twitter in general, X in general, the general impression was that, hey, let's just enjoy the win, Yeah. As fans, we needed that, yo.
Yeah.
We there was no need to dissect it. There was no need to say, hey, well, what does this mean for the rest of the? Nah, let's just enjoy the fact that we not only did we win, we mushed Montreal's face into the mud, and then took their cookies and ran with it, dude.
You know that scene in Revenge of the Sith in Star Wars where Anakin's got his legs cut off and his arm cut off, and then he catches on fire because of the lava? That was Montreal.
I was Montreal. Oh,
you're saying we were Obi-Wan?
We had the high ground.
We had the high
in
ground.
The castle,
we held
on the hill.
Yeah, we held it. So, well, that's the thing, right? Like, you're saying that Montreal basically made a stupid decision by coming to the hill, to the castle. But here's my point. I've been holding it in until now. Now's the time to talk about it, guys. We always beat Montreal. Actually, you know what? Well, we're supposed to beat Montreal. The last time Montreal beat us, we were actually at the end of a 10-game. They stopped our 10-game unbeaten run. So now I'm wondering, is this like a reverse type of thing? Are we gonna start a new unbeaten run because we just mushed them so hard? I don't know. But here's my takeaway. Montreal made so many like poor decisions in that game, giveaways. It's hard for me to look at that and say, okay, like, well, are we back on who we need to be, or like, you know what I'm saying, are we back doing the being the Nashville team that we expected to be? My personal opinion is I don't know. I don't think so. I think that it's reassuring that we got the win in that fashion. But I'd like to hear your take, Logan. I mean, you know, what do you think? I know you're usually pretty objective, but what do you think? Is this did we just beat up on a terrible team, and are we gonna celebrate over that, or what?
I mean, let's look at it right now. They're one team ahead of us in the the Shield race right now. So they're still sitting outside the playoffs at the moment. They're 10 games in as well. You got to take what it is with what it is. They're not the greatest team, but we are also, we had only had up to go. So it was kind of one of those like, where are we really sitting? We only have up, it's only up from here. And so I think with the team's frustration, with everything coming through, the win was going to happen. I think a lot of people were feeling it. A lot of people were ready for it. And with a night like that, the energy was alive. It was electric. And I think as soon as the players got onto the pitch, they were like, yeah, this is ours. Again, we saw a Nashville team that fired on all cylinders. We had a Nashville team that was working through what they needed to work through. But you had a Montreal team that did make mistake after mistake after mistake. So with our level of play that has been coming through with what we had this last match, whether we can truly dissect and say, okay, this is our reverse, this is our switch, this is where we're going, time's going to have to tell, because we've got three tough match coming up all within a week. We've got Saturday to Saturday, 3 matches over 8 games. 1 away, 2 at home. It's going to be tough to really say that we can win all 3. It's going to be tough to say that we could even draw all 3 right now. So I am hopefully optimistic, but I can't say for certain whether we are back in our state that we need to be in.
Yeah, I mean, personally for me, again, not much has changed in my assessment of this team, other than, okay, like, at least I know you can play angry when when the chips are completely down. You know what I'm saying? Like that felt good. But
I was going to say, I made the comparison on Nashville Soccer Fan TV. Shout out to those guys. They're really awesome. They catch a lot of people outside the gates pretty much right after the match. And I kind of made that same kind of comparison. I was like, we're looking at a team that, last year went after Leagues Cup and played in Kansas City and beat Kansas City in a pretty solidified win, and then went straight to San Jose and drew and then lost. And, it was kind of one of those, like, they can play angry. And we saw that last year. We saw that tonight. Can it continue?
Well, look, man, this is what I'll say. And then Austin, I'm going to toss it to you. I'm going to tell you it is a bit of it's fool's gold. It's not gold. It's actually more like copper. It's not super valuable in small quantities, but I can work with it. I can work with it. There's like, I can make a nice little like bracelet out of it and show it, show it to my friends. But let's get some positivity in here, because that's what we need right now. Ginger Snap,
Mr.
What did you see? What did you see in this game that tells you that this isn't fool's gold? This is the real deal.
I saw the upside. I saw the upside of what Nashville SC can be. And so that tells me that they're a team that can execute. They're a team that can move the ball forward. They're a team that can actually finish in the box. We haven't seen that up to this point. Gary, time and time again, keeps talking about training. He talked about the header in the game before that against San Jose that Sam hit directly into the goalie. He said 9 times out of 10 in training, he buries that. We saw Sam finish in the box this week. And so that was exciting. That's what I saw from this team. And it tells me that it could actually be real gold. If this team can get it together and can execute the way that we saw.
Yeah.
And that tells me I know that they can. So it's a way that they can execute. It tells me that it can be real gold. But we also have to look at who we have coming up, because we talk about wanting to go, is this the next, unbeaten run? I mean, our next match is Charlotte FC, who's sitting at 6th in the table. You've got Toronto, who's sitting 3rd on the table. And then you've got Atlanta at home, who we've actually looked pretty good at against Atlanta, minus that 4-0 loss.
That debacle.
Take that away. What was it, like 8 matches in a row where we hadn't lost to them? And so, and they're sitting only two spots ahead of us in the table. But then right after that, we've got Cincinnati, who's sitting 2nd in the table. And so we've got some games coming up that are going to be difficult. I don't know if that's going to say, hey, Nashville's back, and then we all get disappointed because of what we've got. 2 out of the top 3 teams in our next 4 matches. So I want to say, I think it can be gold. I think we see the upside. Don't lose hope if we see us struggle these next couple of games. But if we don't struggle these next couple of games, then that is even more telling than this Montreal win.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, you give me another game like this, just one more game like this in the next 3, and I'm like, hey, we're at least gonna be mid-table by the end of the year. Nashville actually needs to go on like an Arsenal type run. You know what I mean? Like how they came out in January after December this year, when they just start scoring like 3+ goals a game. Yeah. That's how you turn a season around. Just become absolute scoring maniacs. And guess what? That's how you win yourself a Southern Championship belt, which is what we're going to talk about next. You guys know I'll be too lit on Wednesdays at Southside Kitchen Pub, but it does not have to be a Wednesday for you to get too lit with me at any of our away watch parties. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Mixtape615 for all watch party information, so you can get in the mix with us, me, Logan, and Ginger Snap. Let's go.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are excited to have you with us, and we're going to talk some of this belt talk. Now, if you guys haven't seen, I know Tunji probably has it on the ready. Maybe not.
Oh, no, I don't.
But the Southern Championship belt, I know you've seen it on here. If you're watching this on our YouTube, I know you've seen it at the games with us, at our tailgates. Man, left and right, we always have the belt with us. And the reason why is because of games like this weekend. This weekend, you're going to see Atlanta, DC, Charlotte, and Nashville all face off, who are all a part of this Southern Championship belt. It's a Southern Championship belt that was designed after the WCW Mid-Atlantic Championship belt. It's all rooted in that wrestling in the South. The rules are head-to-heads, and that's what I like about this. You have Atlanta and Nashville coming up soon. You have Atlanta and DC this weekend. You have Charlotte and Nashville, who've already played once, are playing again now. And I'm excited about another belt talk. Like, I'm excited about another battle for the belt, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. It always is. Austin, talk to me a little bit about what you're seeing when it comes to how we are going to line up against Charlotte this weekend.
I'm hopeful. I know that they sit, I think I said 6th on the table. But I think that if Nashville can carry over the momentum, which they've got that momentum, Walker's going to be getting that, health back. We're going to see Tyler Boyd get a little bit healthier. So hopefully we can keep this momentum going in and maintain. I don't want to see a drop off. Even if we see a 1-goal drop off, I'm okay with that. But I want to maintain the goal scoring. I want to maintain the attitude, maintain the energy that we had in this last match. So I'm hopeful. I'm not going to kid myself, and I'm not going to forget the first 9 games and where we were. But I am, they gave me hope. They gave me life. So, I'll still roll with the team. I'm ready.
All right. Now, Tunji, I know you dug a little deeper into this weekend and what's ready. Which game do you think is going to be a more exciting match to watch? Is it going to be the Nashville versus Charlotte rematch from earlier this year already? Or is it going to be the head-to-head from DC and Atlanta?
I think for sure Nashville and Charlotte is going to be the more exciting game to watch. You've just got if we can, if our DPs can show us what they showed us last match, and then you've got the Serbian guy over at Charlotte, Petrovic, I think is his name, and they also got Ajiman. That has the potential to be a barn burner, dude. But let's not discredit DC and Atlanta as being two of the most unpredictable teams, not only in the Southern Championship, but also Armada, in the they're unpredictable. So we don't know what's gonna happen there. But I'm probably gonna have that one lined up right after our match is over, or whatever it plays out to be. Look,
I mean, DC and Atlanta sit 9 and 10 at the table, so they're both right there. They're both fighting for playoff position, just like we are. I know it's early, but they're fighting for a belt and fighting for a position.
Yeah, well, I mean, Atlanta's still competing in the U.S. Open Cup because apparently that's still happening.
I mean,
which, hey, they did beat Charlotte 3-0 in the round of 32.
They beat the Charlotte Independence, bro.
Oh, was it Independence that they beat?
It wasn't this Charlotte.
Yeah,
that's right. It wasn't this Charlotte. It was Charlotte someone. They beat a Charlotte team.
It was someone in the Charlotte area. Sorry, Doug.
Good old Charlotte Independence.
Well, my Open Cup team ended up losing against Dallas, and that was upsetting this last week. I say this last week, it was literally yesterday as of this recording. But when it comes to Open Cup, do you feel like that's going to actually go against them in this belt?
I mean, it depends on how far they go, right? Like if they keep on competing, then now they have a real chance because they're above us. They're still in the playoffs. They're still trying to climb that ladder. They have a good chance to. Everyone's pretty bunched up right now in terms of points, except for Miami. But I think the further they go, if they can, I don't know who they're playing next, but it's definitely going to make. He's not. The head coach for Atlanta is not going to be looking at the Southern Championship belt like, well, I have to make sure I rotate for that. He don't care. He's just trying to get 3 points, So I think, it's going to impact them, but not by a huge margin because the Open Cup games are so spread out,
Well, I mean, it's always going to be important to win every match you can, right? Yeah. I know our players know a lot about this. I know the Charlotte players now know about this. Because they didn't before it was brought onto the pitch with them this last match. Do you think
amateurs?
Hey, do you think that matters to the players' mindsets? I mean, we've got
our players
Atlanta who have already played for it, once. Do you feel like it's in their minds? It's up there for them? Because I know I've talked to Schaffelberg about it, and he seems excited about it. But do you think that permeates throughout the entire locker room or no?
I think our players are the only ones that really know about it because we 2-time champs, baby.
Two times.
We don't even. The other players have never seen it or held it, right? So
they don't know the weight of the belt. It's heavy. All right. I'm actually. Sorry, I don't have it with me, guys. It's actually at the cleaner. You have to take it to a special belt cleaner, championship belt cleaner. So that's why it's not with us. Look, I'll tell you this though: the key to us getting all 3 points this weekend against Charlotte and bringing out the broom on them, right?
Oh, dude, that'd be amazing.
It's called discipline, right? Aside from I think it's only been 2 games this season that Charlotte has gotten points from. 3 points, where a red card wasn't issued. So what I'm saying is, most of the time when they're winning, it's because they're playing against 10 guys. They're playing a man up. They're good, but they're not extremely dangerous. If we stay disciplined, maybe get back to that starving coyote mode that we talked about earlier. We'll take these 3 points. I really feel like we should take these 3 points. Now, I just want to put the question of who is the better team to bed. Like these Charlotte fans, love you, Jay. Love everyone over in Charlotte, bro.
Mid-City.
But
Poor Jay,
Mid-City,
not being able to make it to Geodis.
Love you guys. Yeah, but let me tell you something. They not like us.
No.
They're not touching. Like, we are the better team when it comes to this Southern Championship, like competition. When we talk about Southern teams, we're in bad form right now. But I know once we get back to where we're supposed to be at, once our DP start working, once Tyler Boards gets his footing, we're a better team than Charlotte. We're a better team than Atlanta, and we're for sure a better team than DC United.
Oh yeah. Well, Austin, Tunji, I want to know your predictions on both matches for this weekend. So, Austin, start us off, man. What's your prediction on the Atlanta DC match?
The Atlanta DC match is going to be an interesting one. You've got, is Benteke still like in form?
Yeah,
he's still looking.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's still looking pretty good.
Yeah.
So
didn't he get a goal this last weekend?
If he comes alive like he has, I mean, didn't he have a hat trick opening weekend? So if he stays in form like he has at these first few matches of the year, I think that DC comes away with the win. I think it's going to be a closer one. I think it's going to be a 1-goal match, whether it's a 2-1 or a 3-2 match. I think that it could go anywhere from those two teams because, like Tunji said, they're so unpredictable. It can be a high scoring match or it can be a 1-0 match. Like it's so unpredictable which team's going to show up. But with those two teams, I think that it is going to be a couple goals scored between the two of them. So I predict DC 2-1 over Atlanta.
Huh.
Okay.
All right. Tunji, what's yours on the DC Atlanta match?
I'm going with let's go with a 2-2 draw. Let's go with a 2-2 draw.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I
DC just had one of those against Philly, so
exactly. Like they're both scoring. DC scoring right now, which is kind of scary. I don't really love that, but I love the fact that they helped us win the belt last year, so I don't want them to lose points. I want to give them a point back this year. Just for that. I want them to get a point back.
All right.
Hey, I'm okay with the draw because that's less points for both of them.
Exactly. You see that? Hey, you see the math there?
I see that. I see that. Smart.
The math is mathing.
The mathematics.
So, Austin, all right, give me your Nashville, Charlotte lineup. What do you think? What are you feeling?
Like I said, I want to be more hopeful. I did have more hope
Mr.
just with how Nashville. However, I am positive, but I do want to be realistic as well, and I think that this team right now is going to be more of a draw with, I think probably a 1-1 draw with Charlotte right now. I don't think we're going to come out and score like we did at this last match. I'd love to see it, and if I'm proven wrong, Nashville, please prove me wrong. I am perfectly okay with that. However, I think it's going to be more of like a 1-1 draw.
Okay. Well,
Tunji?
Yep. I'm gonna have to do it then.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. All right. When Nashville SC steps into the bank, brother, all right, they're gonna show that Charlotte team who's the boss. And you know who the boss is? His name is Harmony Mukhtar. Okay. His name
is that found in Tunji 316?
And he signs the checks. He signs the checks, all right? They might be the city of finance, but Hani Mukhtar is signing the checks in Charlotte this match. It's going to end no less than 4-0.
What?
4.
Wow.
Hey, let's go.
Let's
go.
I believe. I believe. It's happened before.
No,
it's happened before.
I got it. 4-1, and with an own goal.
same
own goal from Alex Muehl.
Hold on. I think this is the first, because the Charlotte Nashville match is the match that brought me over to the Alex Muehl train, if you will.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think for me, I'm actually betting another 2-1 win in Charlotte for Nashville SC. As far as the DC game goes, I think it's actually going to end as a 3-2 win. I can't say who is going to win on the Atlanta DC side.
You just know the score is going to be.
I'm telling you, I know it's going to be.
Scoring.
I know it's going to be a pretty decent game. I know it's going to be back and forth, and neither of them are doing amazing on the defensive side in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I think that it can easily be a 3-2 match. But with that being said, Austin, go ahead and take us out because I'm excited to get into this next weekend.
Let's do it,
I want us to get to the belt. So get us out of here
guys,
so we can get there.
Don't forget to show up. We do have a watch party at Southside Kitchen and Pub this Saturday starting at 6 p.m. We're going to be there. Going to have some food specials, some drink specials, some soccer bingo going on. You don't want to miss it. Come on. We get rowdy. We got people from other supporters groups coming to our watch party because we got the best. That's what it is. But guys, we're going to wrap another episode of Mixtape 615. So thank you guys for tuning in once again. Thank you to all of our listeners. We couldn't do it without you guys. Special shout out to our ace producer, Doug Branson, sticking with us through these storms that we had tonight. We pushing through tornadoes and everything to bring this to you guys. Don't forget to stay connected with us. Hit us up at mixtape615.com and on all of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, X. Hit us up at Mixtape615. And for all of our video content, you can find us on YouTube at Mixtape615pod. So keep it real, keep it vibing. Until next episode, guys, Mixtape615 signing off.